So after that other video where we placed all those pier blocks in place, tamped them down, got them all nice and leveled out and all that kind of stuff, I'm starting to work the timbers. So I've got this pile of lumber that I created with my sawmill, you probably saw in some of the previous videos, and I've got a variety of different types on there. I've got 6x6 true dimensional posts that are going to be the support for the roof on the pole barn. I've got 2x12s. Actually, it's 1 3/4 inches. Didn't do true dimensional on the 2-inch part of it, but so that's going to be the top of the post as opposed to like beams going across. And then I got a bunch of brace stock that I just finished up cutting down to length and putting the 45-degree bevels on it and all that kind of stuff. So did that, and now I'm starting to work out my system for the vertical posts. The pier blocks are the cross-hatched ones, which have that indent, and then the crosshatch for a variety of things. You can either do a 4x4 post up, or you can do 2x6s going in either direction. But I'm utilizing those just because this is a temporary structure, and I'm going to be utilizing those later in other projects after this comes down. But what that means is that the 6x6 post is not going to fit down in there. So I had to get inventive, and what you're seeing here is my solution. I used the square and did some precise measurements and all that kind of stuff, and so you can see I made cuts on the end to create the 4x4, and then going up, it's the little indent in the pier block is 2 inches deep, and so that's what you're seeing there is I'm creating the 4x4. And so now it'll sit down in there, be a little more secure. The weight will sit down in the indent as well as on top of the pier block, and hopefully it'll be structurally sound and stay in place for the next year or two while we're building the carriage home. So now I've got to finish this one beam and then move on to 11 more. So more to follow. Well, the race is on. It's supposed to be mixed rain and snow today, and yeah, that looks a little bit more like sticking snow to me. So yep, I am in the midst of finishing up some of the stuff for the pole structure going up, doing the slabbing, squaring off the ends, measuring them for length, getting ready, staging them so that Tara and I can start hopefully putting this thing up tomorrow. I got all those end pieces all milled down so they'll fit down into those pier blocks, but yeah, it's getting kind of white out here. Supposedly it's supposed to clear up, but that could just mean that all this stuff turns into ice. Yeah, I mean, it's already ice, but I mean, it could end up being a slippery, wet project. So anyways, the race is on. Homesteader out. Hey guys, just wanted to touch bases before the light gets too much worse out here. So it continues snowing most of the day. And as you can see, it got a little white out here. But you can also see kind of why we like this place. It's unfortunate because way off in the distance there past those trees is where the sun's setting. And you can't really see it right now other than that little glow, but the whole horizon was, I'm guessing it's clear over there, but it was like glowing red. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea and taste of why we like where we're at. So anyways, to conclude this day, I kept working through most of the snow flurries and got a fair amount done. I got all the slabs, the 2x12 slabs all squared off and measured the length. Cleaned up some stuff because everything was getting buried by the snow, and I thought I had a little bit more time to do that, so I kind of changed gears there for a little bit. But now I went through with the level and figured out what each exact height is for the all the vertical beams, and I've got most of those down there, and then I got a couple left to square off, and then we'll actually be pretty close to ready to start putting things up. About the only thing that we're going to need to do aside from This stuff is, we did a demolish. You may have seen that video, but and we've got a bunch of trusses that we're going to be using in this structure, and we never got around to denailing them. So there's a bunch of nails in the where they were secured to the, bit of a hiccup there. Cell phone lost its power, so I had to go plug it in. But to finish what I was saying, we've got those trusses that we need to denail from where they were secured to the walls on the previous building, and then we'll be just about ready to start putting things up. So Tara and I are both going to be out here working hot and heavy in the morning and denailing some trusses, and maybe we'll actually start getting to the point of being able to put some posts up in our shelter. Well, I hope you guys are finding this entertaining and perhaps maybe even a little informative, and give us a little shout out and cheer us on as this weather continues going on. I haven't checked the weather report yet, but it's still supposed to be, last I heard, it was still supposed to be clear tomorrow. So hopefully this stuff doesn't all turn into just sheet ice. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't be as bad as it just turning into slush, not quite melting all the way off. Anyway, so we'll pick this up in the morning.